What's going on YouTube? It's Greg Campbell here doing a quick little black metal melody thing that I wrote. Hope everyone enjoys it. I'm using my ESP LTD H201. This is a fantastic guitar for the value if you find them. They're still around. They're wicked amazing. This is a ash body, incredible sounding guitar, and flame maple top. You got your volume, you got your tone. And it's got the three-way selector switch, but I've got this one modded out a little bit here. We got changed out for a Irvana nut. You got the Seymour Duncan George Lynch Screaming Demon humbucker, the killer humbucker. This is the SH12. If you like those angry chunks, you want articulate but aggressive response, I suggest you find one and get it. It's a great pickup. And of course, we got 500K pots in here by CTS. But that's enough about it. Standard Grover tuners, and I'm using a Grover app for little groove gear to take care of that string noise. But we're running through a Randall RD20 pure tube amp with 6V6s and the Mooer gas station preamp pedal going directly through to the effects loop. Let's check it out. That's awesome. Alright, on to the riff. Hope you guys like this. Wrote this a little bit last night and still trying to fine tune it, so mistakes are going to be present, but I'm working on it. I love when you can play a guitar with so much just force. I mean, it really makes a difference with the right gain that you have set up. You don't want to oversaturate. You want that clarity. I speak about it in funny terms all the time. I mean, other people mention stuff like this too, but you want a really tight focused low end. You know, aggressive snarls in that lower mid-range. But you still want that girthy. Having an upper mid-range with, I got the presence almost buried on this thing, which is sometimes considered a no-no out there. But if you like that gent stuff, sometimes increasing the presence, especially when you're recording, picking up over that neck pickup, you get that, you know, more of that pick attack. But anyway, this pickup is doing a lot of the work with the tone too. The EQ curve that is set from Seymour Duncan, the way these are designed, really gives it a different chug than I'm used to. I usually use, in my other guitars, you've seen in some of my videos, I'm using the Seymour Duncan Nazgul. That pickup is actually in a Fender Squier I've modded out that sounds ridiculous. The Custom 5, Alnico 5, which is the SH14, I have that in my Solar guitar, the Ola England Signature Series guitar from Washburn. And I use the JB a lot. I'm a huge Dave Mustaine fan. That's one of the reasons I started playing guitar. Of course, you know, Tony Iommi, Eddie Van Halen. But when I got into metal and heard, you know, Metallica and then got into Megadeth, Dave Mustaine's got a very tight sound. And it's shrilly, though. It's got this bite, but I liked it. It's not ice picky, but it's got this buzzsaw effect. And when I first heard that as a youngster, man, I was probably like 12 or 13. I'm 40 now. They're not classic rock yet. They're still Megadeth. It's metal. But when I first heard that, I was driven to it. I was like, what the heck is he doing different? And a lot of those earlier records, he used a JB pickup. It's a very high output pickup, but it's versatile. You know, like Dave is versatile. He goes from these cleans to some of these bluesy licks to some of these weird jazzy chords. These things he incorporated in metal, as well as writing, you know, tons of the solos on those records. He's a great solo lead. He's a lead guitarist, you know, as well as a rhythm. But if you like the sound you're hearing from this is a George Lynch Screaming Demon. We're going to play around with some effects real quick. I don't want to make a super long video. But let's hear what it sounds like with the Earthquaker Devices Avalanche Run. This is my new favorite delay pedal with the high gain. So I'll back it off, and then I'll increase it. Earthquaker Devices makes an extremely well-built, really nice components for a delay that has so many different settings. I have my favorite setting on it right now. You'll have to find yours. But, I mean, you got to time the repeat, the tone, the mix. You have ratio. Oh my god, I mean, what's that one? Expression, decay, mix, and a three-way toggle switch that gives you swells, or your standard delays, or a reverse. Well, let's go ahead and just try it. Back down gain. Try with a rhythm switch, get a little buttier. A little butter in there. Now, full force gain. I got the volume all the way up. That's an incredible sound. Earthquake Devices Avalanche Run even sounds really pretty. Dark and spooky for that metal stuff if you run the Avalanche Run with a T2 Trinity pedal from TC Electronics. One of my other favorites. For this one, we're going to use the rhythm selector switch. Now in the center. Now back to the treble. That's a gorgeous sound with them combined, especially with bigger chords. Now I'm going to cut out the Earthquaker Devices Avalanche Run delay so you can hear how much the Trinity T2 pedal is enhancing the reverb. I have this one set on Roman numeral 4, which is kind of an ethereal style reverb setting, kind of a plate reverb in my opinion. I like it. Sounds like you're in a freaking cave. You know, it's a beautiful setting. Treble switch. And there's a secret to this clean, if you hear what else is going on. Just wanted to leave it for the end. old school pedal, the miniature one, there is also a Neo clone running by EHX. 50% chorus. This is without. Engaging the clone. T2. Avalanche run. And all of that is running through the Mooer gas station, the Mooer 001, which is their rendition or circuitry style of the Diesel Hagen. That's a Diesel Hagen clean setting. Diesel Hagen clean on its own. Engaged distortion. Got a really good bite in there. I'll just jam it out a little bit more for you so you can hear the pickup response with different styles of picking in general. I hope you're loving this tone, though. I'm a big fan of high gain amps. And these little pedals are coming so much closer, and we can mix them with a tube amp. This is the RD20, once again, designed by Mike Fortin of Fortin Amplification. He used to work with Randall and made some extremely really well made, balanced, impressive products, especially for a value. It's a solid tube amp. There are no little weird things going on in here where it's, half and half or valve or whatever. Solid tube amp. sounding killer, and it's ripping. Once again, hope you guys enjoy this video. George Lynch Screaming Demon, Randall RD20, Mooer 001 gas station going directly into the effects loop, and the signal chain with the pedals was as follows before. We got the Avalanche Run delay from Earthquaker Devices following right after the Mooer. Then I got the T2 Trinity reverb, which is similar to a Hall of Fame, but a little darker in my opinion. It does really cool with the haunting metal clean stuff. And then the Neo Clone. You pair all three of those pedals at the same time, you sound like you're playing guitar in a cave, and it sounds great recorded. And this whole little video, if you guys like what you're seeing, has been recorded with an iPhone 6s Plus and a Rode mic that attaches directly. I get great room sounds, and that's how I like to do it. I want to capture the raw emotion in the room, the raw sound, the pushing air here. This is an Ignator 112 birch baffled cabinet. It's actually extremely well made for the dollar, and it's got a Celestion Elite 80, which is a very nice loudspeaker. It's going to be very similar to the G1275 in my opinion, but it also gives you some of those lush, if you're playing bluesy stuff and you want warmer tones, or you're playing through a bass man or something cool like that, you get these creamy sounds that are similar to the Greenback speakers, you know, or a 25 watt Greenback. You know, you get a little bit different response. Obviously, if you want that exact tone, get that speaker. But I have another cabinet on the way that's going to have my favorite Vintage 30 speaker for more of the high gain stuff for recording. But for right now, this is doing it all, and it sounds extremely comfortable, and it gives you that ability and freedom to do different styles. But anyway, thanks for checking out. It's Greg Campbell once again. Check out my Instagram, Facebook. Haven't done too much with it lately, but wanted to put something back out there for the YouTubers, and be back at you again with another video. Take it easy.